In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the joystick in your Joy-Con relatively easily and with under $15 that you need to spend. The parts will be in the description below, and the part that I link also comes with the tools you need, so you don't have to worry about that. The first step would be to take these 4 screws off with a tri-wing screwdriver. Then we're going to unplug the battery. That's the first thing you want to do. And then it's really easy to pry it out. Just make sure you use a flat end of a tool, not, don't poke the battery, pretty much. So you just don't want to poke the battery. But it comes out pretty easy. Now I'm going to take the vibrator motor off. And again, guys, this is it's such an easy repair. You just got to be careful. Take your time. And here we're going to take these 3 screws out before we can take the side rail out. So we need to take this plate out, take these 3 screws out, and this comes out. However, do not just pull it off, because there's one ribbon plugged in to the board for the top right trigger, or the trigger button, whatever side it is. So you unpull that, pull that out, and now we're going to take these 2 ribbons out. So this is the joystick, and here you got to unplug it, but we also got to take this little ribbon out here on the side because it's covering one of the screws. We're going to take 2 screws out, and this will release the joystick. Now we're going to put in the new one, and it goes back in one direction. There's only one way you can put this in, so don't be afraid. You can't really screw this up. Then we're going to put the 2 screws in to hold it in place. And this is really important. Do not lose these screws, because without them, that joystick is going to wiggle and wobble everywhere. Then we're going to plug in this little ribbon that we took out initially. And I like to use tweezers like this to guide the ribbon in. Now be careful that you don't shove the tweezers into the ribbon, because then you're screwed. And then here we're going to have to plug this back in. It doesn't go in all the way, so don't force it. Then you plug it in like that. This can be annoying if it falls out. Try not to let it fall out when you take it apart, but if it does, you just got to do this. The little spring lines up into the groove and goes right in. So now we have the side rail connected. So we're going to put this plate back on. Now this part takes a little bit of dexterity, because the way this cable is curved is really annoying. So I like to grab it like this and with the tweezers and guide it into its slot. It's very, very skinny little cable too, so be careful with it. Once it's in, you can plug it in, and then it's easy to put this back on. Now we're just going to put the 3 screws back into the middle plate. And we're going to plug this back in. However, I find it easier to take the vibrator motor right out and then plug it in first, because then you can get your hand in there and then put the motor back in. Now we're going to put the battery back on. The other way, that's the wrong way. So the right way is the way that the cable coming out of the battery, the wires, go into that little groove there. That's how you know you got the battery in right. And then I use tweezers to guide the wire back to the connector. And now when you push down on the connector, you can use tweezers. However, be careful that you do not stick the tweezer tips into the terminals. Just push down on the plastic. Or use a plastic pry tool or something to do it. It's much safer that way. And it's good to go. I'm just going to throw the back on here. Make sure that the holes line up and everything's clicked in. As you can see, the light's blinking already because the battery's plugged in. And now we're going to put the screws back in. Again, the parts and the tools you need are in the description below. So here we're going to go to the settings, and I like to go to the controller and sensor settings, and then I go to calibrate sticks here. So here you'll be able to see if it has any drift and if it is able to go all the full circle around accurately. And you can see here, this one is good to go. Like and subscribe if this was helpful in any way. Thank you. Peace.